Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me how is she? Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me how is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock at the door and they ring that bell. Oh, my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Oh, Jenny Murray says she will die if she doesn't get the fella with the roving knife. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she? In the rain and the hair blow high and the snow come tumbling from the sky. She's as nice as apple pie and she'll get her all that by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell him not till she comes home. Let them all come as they will, for it's Albert Mooney she loves still. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she? In the rain and the hair blow high and the snow come tumbling from the sky. She's as nice as apple pie and she'll get her all that by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell him not till she comes home. Let them all come as they will, for it's Albert Mooney she loves still. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she? Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she? Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Would you tell me who is she? Would you tell me? Would you tell me? Wo Some people say I look like me dad. What? Are you serious? I said, hey boy, sitting in your tree. Mommy always wants you to come for tea. Don't be shy, straighten up your tie. Get down from a tree house sitting in the sky. I wanna know just what I do. Is it very big? Is there room for two? I got a house with the windows and doors. I'll show you mine and show me yours.
What is this end bit? I have never. The fuck was that? I've never heard that before. Hello. I don't know that anyone's here yet. Um but I'm here. Hello. We've got our green. I'm so green screened out. I love it. I wish I had like a green like sheet I could put over the chair so we'd really get it. But I've got it's backwards on the camera, but I've got my Ireland hat I got from Epcot. I've got my Nook Ink shirt, which I was like, that's the perfect shade of green. Also, I believe my like plain, just like green shirt that this color, I'm pretty sure I got rid of because I think it was kind of small and had like a hole, and I was like, I need to get rid of shirts. This one can go. I hope everyone, if there is anyone here who's here lurking, I hope you are having a lovely St. Patrick's Day so far. I had my corned beef and cabbage, which Tom would yell at me is not actually Irish. That's besides the point. Um, 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 my mind just went blank and I was like, I feel like there's something I need to say, but am I currently able to think of what that thing that I was going to say was? No. I made a concoction. I suppose it doesn't show up at all. I did make a concoction. Um, God, it looks so thick. In person, it looks very thick. It is orange juice, and the orange juice was it was like the end of the bottle of orange juice, so it was a little thick, so it's made like a kind of viscous drink. It's orange juice and blue curacao, which I happened to have, and a little bit of vanilla vodka just to sweeten it up a little bit. But let's see. I haven't really tried it. Oh, that's nice. I don't know that I'm getting the blue curacao so much, but I suppose it's in orange juice, so you wouldn't. I do want to show I did have a first effort at it that didn't go so well, so I have two drinks. Like, shit, I'm gonna be drunk. Um, green pants, of course. These are like a kind of different shade of green, so I guess these aren't getting green screened out. So I guess we've learned what colors do and do not get green screened by the green screen, and I guess that's a little too like olive. I'd say that's like an olivey green. Um, so this was my first effort, which was lemonade and blue curacao, and I was like, well, lemonade is yellow and blue curacao is blue, so it's going to be green. But lemonade's way too light. It's a bit closer to white than it is to yellow, so it's a bit light, so it just turned into like blue. This just looks like blue Gatorade. So I was like, okay, shit. Take two. And I was like, well, I have orange juice. And I was like, that's a lot darker of a yellow. So I was like, let's go with that. This is the better drink though, but we can't have it. We have to have our green drink. I'll have that later. I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. Tuesday night, turned up. Um, but yes, we'll see how long I can keep the hat on. My thing with hats is that I find that they make my like hairline kind of itchy. I don't know if that's what that it says about me or my skin or I don't know, whatever. But especially with the headphones like pushing it down, it's like jammed onto my head. So we'll see how long I keep it on. But it is my Ireland hat. I got that in Epcot. Disney World's Epcot, the UK pavilion. So I suppose technically it's more like for Northern Ireland than Ireland proper, but I mean, of course, we support a united Ireland here. What was I gonna say? So I almost considered switching the background, and then I kind of forgot to do that. I was like I don't know what it was gonna be. I feel like anything that I could have come up with may have ultimately bordered on offensive. Like I don't know what I don't know what I would have done for background, but it's fine. We're on the we're always on the hot topics. So we're here at the hot topics. Um I had Yes, so I went yesterday for lunch to a like Irish pub and restaurant that's like pretty near me. Um because I saw that they had corned beef and cabbage. And I was like, I thought like, do I make this myself? And I was like, especially because I knew I was gonna be streaming. I was like, I'm not gonna make corned beef and cabbage myself. I was like, that's a lot. And I don't have a slow cooker. And so I was like trying to figure out, did we not think about this problem before stream? Which problem? Hi Maple, what problem? The green screening out? No, that's on purpose. That was a conscious choice. I knew what I was doing. Um oh, if I didn't want this to be happening, I would have just turned the green screen. I would have just turned the filter off. Um I'd just do this. Is this more fun? Do we prefer it to just stay like this? Should I just do it like this today? Just have the green screen be a giant box behind me of green. Is that better than the green screening out? Now you can see my drink. You can see my drink I made. Maple, are you wearing green? You better be. Oh god, my forehead. I don't know what it is about hats, but they make my forehead so itchy. Um Yes, so I figured it was probably a better idea to go yesterday and get lunch there than go today and get lunch there. Um, I suppose probably during the day. What are you drinking, Shrek Fizz? It is orange juice, blue curacao, and a little and a splash of vanilla vodka. But it does look a little like swamp water, but it's yummy. It's very sweet, which I suppose makes sense when it's a fruit juice, a fruit flavored alcohol and vanilla vodka. So I suppose one probably could have seen this coming. What do we decide? Do I leave it like this, or do I turn the green screen back on? I kind of feel like this is funny. I kind of feel. And you can see how, I mean, I guess you get the idea when I like do this or whatever, but you can see how closely I have it cropped, because like a half inch that way is not the green screen, and a half inch that way is the wall. So it's like the camera is a much wider angle than the green screen ends up being behind me. I'd have to put it a lot closer behind me, and then I can't really like back up at all. So I suppose I could put it like a little closer to me, but it gets real claustrophobic at a certain point. Maybe you didn't say, are you wearing green? I'm concerned this is gonna stain my teeth. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Um, yeah, I'm in all green. You know, if I had green glasses, I'd be wearing them. I've got green socks on. Uh, it's all green. I wish I had green glasses. I almost when I was glasses shopping, I almost got some, and then I didn't. It's not really an interesting end to that story. I ended up getting like two pairs of sunglasses. I really should have only gotten one, but I got two. I should have gotten green glasses instead of that. But I was like, I guess these are blue, so I was like, if I needed to, if I'm wearing green, I could just pair the blue with that. I had talked about it on last stream. I did do a big clear through of VIPs, and I'll be adding them back in, but I there was just so many that were like there, and I didn't want it to be some punitive thing of like taking them away if people don't show up. So I took essentially all of them away, and then it'll be like as people are there and at streams and stuff, like the way to get them to earn them is gonna be like it's a bit like being here. So, I didn't want it to be some like mean punitive thing where I'm like, well, I haven't seen you in 5 streams, so I'm taking away your VIP. Like that's ugly. So I just took everybody's, except for 3 people kept them. Well, 2 people kept them, and I gave one person one that I didn't realize didn't have one. And those are valid because those are Tiana, who I know in person. My mother, I added one. I realized, oh, she's not a VIP. I was like, she should be one. Um, for when she makes appearances. So I added her, and then Ray, of course. Ray always lurks, so it would have been hard for him. And he's been financially supportive enough of stream throughout the year. He kept me like he single handedly allowed me to like be a full time streamer for a while. So I was like, I think at this point he has purchased his permanent VIP. He's mad I never show up. No, it wasn't anything that was like specific to any person. I just looked at the list and was like, it's just sort of like a random list that have earned him up over time. And I was like, I'm just gonna. I had a thing where I would be like, oh, I haven't seen them in forever, and so I'd take one, and the next stream they'd show up, and I was like, and so it just got to be this weird thing where I was taking them away, and I was like, this doesn't. I was like, I'm just gonna reset it. We reset it. Um, I almost thought, do I just make it a channel point redemption? Right? It's not some like decision I make. It's just a channel point redemption. But then I don't know how many to make it. And I don't remember what my other channel point redemptions are. Like 50? I just have no frame of reference for how many channel points people have, is kind of the thing. Listen, I stopped my sub because you stopped streaming. If you continue streaming into next month, I'll sub again. I've streamed. How many times have I streamed this month now? This is like, what is this? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. This already puts this as one of the highest streamed months for me. I keep 100K balance. I was gonna. It's hard. I don't have a great frame of reference for how many people have, but I do feel like, sort of generally, it's quite a lot. Um, Maple, are we just chit chatting? Is anyone? We just. Is it just the Anderson and Maple hours? No one here? Where's everybody? Um, Oh God, I have water as well, but it's like behind. I should move. I have my phone here, but I don't really need it, so I should move my phone because I put my phone in like do not disturb. And then when I was trying to get my water, I keep clanging it against my glass. And I'm like, I just see the vision where I move it in the wrong way. I tip over the glass breaks. Now there's now there's, green beverage all over my floor and computer, and that's gonna get my like stream card or whatever that's called to stream off the Switch. I was like, don't you owe me a movie? Well, you never picked a movie, so you can hardly blame me for that. I know, I'm gonna have to fill up my water so many times because I just have my little water cup. I'm sure we picked one. You at one point said the Eras tour, and I said no. That's not a no. I declined that request. I think I don't remember. I think I owe Lisa a movie night of The Prince of Egypt. There's like a vague memory like in the back of my head of saying that we would watch it, but I don't remember why. There was some reason. She only agreed to do something if we would have a Prince of Egypt movie night, but I have no idea what that thing was. And that's kind of that's the main crux of it, isn't it? I remember you said Lisa's movie was before mine. Well, Lisa had picked her movie. Do you also remember me telling Lisa we would do this? But I can't remember what I got. Was it that she would tell me her age? Because I remember I had to convince Lisa to tell me her age and was having the movie night the criteria for that? See, now I can't remember. Because this was months ago. Listen, here at MLR Enterprises, we get to things in an incredibly timely manner. I just refunded some people a sound command request because it had been a year and I just hadn't made them. Oops. That would be a bribe you do. I think that's what it was. There was some. I had to promise her something to get her to actually tell me how old she was. But I don't remember what it was. And ask me if I remember how old she is. Um, older than me. I want to say the answer was. Um, I believe so. Although I don't quite remember. Um, Lisa is ageless like a god. Is that because she's Greek? Is that a joke about her being Greek? Maple, wow. How would you feel if someone made a joke about you being Canadian? I still, for all the jokes I make about Canadians, and then we might try and look into dual citizenship and it would be with Canada, I'm like, I said to my mother, I was like, I was interested in getting dual citizenship, but I said at what cost? And she was like, I don't know that it costs anything. And I said, no, Canada. And she's like, what about Canada? And I was like, never mind, you don't get this bit, Kelly. And she was like, what? I wanted it to Ireland, but it goes back too many generations there, so I don't qualify. Chapstick. Oh, there's a thing. Especially chapstick is VIPs only, I think. Shit, I forgot about that. Oh, I can't. The hat is so itchy. I can't. I don't know what it is about hats that make my head so itchy. And my hair looks crazy. Maybe we'll put it back on a little later. We'll see. Well, no one's even gonna know that I had it on, Maple. I think you're the only one who's made it here before. I think you're the only one who's made it here. Where is everybody? Am I streaming? Is it too early? Is that the issue? Are people still making their way home from work? I don't know. Maybe I should. I just don't want to stream too late because then it's so late for the Europeans, but I guess they're also not here, so I suppose it's not much of a concern, is it? Essen just gets drunk while I watch. Oh, well, this is not the first of this beverage that I have. Sitting over here was my first attempt that I put out of the way, so it would be out of the way. This was my first attempt. What was lemonade and blue curacao, but of course lemonade's so light that it was way too light, so it really didn't carry any color. So it just turned blue, and I was like, well, fuck, that doesn't work. So then I made another. But this one's great, and it does look like I said it looked. I said it's like the exact color of like that light blue Gatorade, but it does kind of look like antifreeze. It's just essentially like slightly lighter blue curacao is what's in that glass, is the color. Um, oh, itch, 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 itch. Okay. I don't know why hats make my head so itchy. I mean, I guess I do have like naturally itchy scalp. That's we don't need to go into that, but it's a thing. I don't need to. We don't need to there's some things that are best left not on stream, but it's a thing. So it's probably just like because of that. But I don't know what the last time I didn't stream with the. I mean, I guess I still have the green screen here, but I'm not green screening. But like, can I tell you the last time I streamed with? I mean, basically since I've had it, I've used it. Um, and there, my tongue's a little. I'm just like curious what color my tongue's turning. Um, what did you do today? Honestly, not much. I had a little like a meeting with a recruiter for a work, but she recruits for like temp and temp to hire stuff. And I don't know that I'm, super. I don't know that that necessarily is gonna be a fit for me. Like, like I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends place to place, but I don't know what. You've had days I remember that you were too lazy to green screen, but I don't recall when. Probably it would have been back when I was like moving the greens. Like now I just leave it out on the floor, and like if I really needed the space of my floor, then I'd push it back under my bed and just resituate it for the next stream. But it would have been times that like I didn't have the green screen like sitting right behind me, just closed, and I'd be like, I really can't be bothered to like lug it out and line, because that's the thing is then I have to like line it up. So I suppose it would be in like that. At least temp jobs, you don't have to worry about getting sick. That's the thing. But then I'm like, do I, do I get? I still probably at a temp job. I don't know if you get health care. Like that's something I need. Do you get PTO? Like she's like, there's this one and it's starting a blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, or I got an email about one that was like, oh, it would be doing like for these dates, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm I'm literally away like over a weekend in the middle of that. So no. Um I just don't know. I if it's like May and I still don't have a job or something, then like, what do we have for temp stuff? Because those start so quickly. But like I'm not really looking to be like temping and but like I'm at the point I just want a permanent position. I think there's one I'm like kind of in the process for like a little bit like at the very beginning of the process that sounds like perfect for me, like so amazing for me. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed on that. But I gotta come up with more to talk about. I don't want to, start anything if people aren't here. I mean, I might just, I don't know. I really think it's just us, Maple. Um, no, how dare you? Wash your mouth. It is good. It's, it maybe didn't need the vanilla. I don't know. It's like it might be the orange. I think because it was the bottom of the orange juice bottle, so it's like it's got that. I don't know how to. When it sits at the bottom, so it gets kind of thick, and then it's like that. I think that's the main. Oh, well, here we go. I think that's a little bit of the issue is it's got that like. It gets almost like a bitterness. Is that kind of? Does that sound? Is that does that make sense? Oh my god. Um, so I think that's impacting things a little bit. I was wondering, I was like, do I watch an Irish movie tonight? But if so, which? Might have been better with unflavored vodka. It might have. I like orange juice with vanilla vodka together. So I was like, that kind of still works as a beverage, but I do kind of think I'm yeah, either unflavored vodka or just no or just don't add any vodka to it. Because the original plan is that it was gonna make hot chocolate and add Baileys to it. And then I was like, I get so hot while streaming already. I was like, do I need to add a hot chocolate on top of that? And I was like, that might be a lot. That might be a bit much. So I was like, and then I was like, oh my god, I have blue curacao. I just got it like the other week. So I was like, thinking. Don't worry, the wedding will have an open bar for you to get drunk. Wonderful. We love an open bar. Um, I don't think I've ever been at a wedding that had an open bar. I haven't been at that many weddings. I was at like a family wedding as like a child. I don't even remember who was getting married. And I'm pretty sure I did. This may be like a constructed memory. This may not be true, but I swear I missed the ceremony because I was like dicking around inside. But I also failed to see how because it was like at their in their backyard or it's in someone's backyard. But I'm like, I swear my mother would not have allowed that to happen. But at the same time, I'm like, I really don't remember that I was sitting there for the ceremony. So, um, I don't know. And I don't remember who it would, I would have to ask my mom. It was some like one of her cousins, but. Um, so that's, I don't think had an open bar. And then my aunt and uncle, I believe their wedding did, but I was like 14 at the time. So, um, no drink there. Um, and then I think the only other wedding that I've been to is my cousin's, and they had a cash bar. I'm trying to think if there's any that yeah, because I know like 8,000 people who like didn't have a wedding. Stephanie did not have a wedding. Hope did not have a wedding. My other cousin did not have a wedding. Um, something about and then of course I was invited to Michaela's wedding but didn't end up going. I suppose that one would have. I suppose there's a wedding I didn't go, but I was invited to that would have had a would have had an open bar presumably. But I mean, I guess she's well. Let's not. Internet's forever. Um, um let's bite our tongues. What was I? Okay. Yeah, there's something about like the people in my life who are getting married who just sort of like don't have weddings. It's like a weird, super recurring thing that has happened with a bunch of people. I'm like, is it me? Now, I think Hope probably would have had a they eloped. And then I think the plan was to do a wedding ceremony like back in the US. And then I think it just got complicated with COVID. And then I think I think it just got so far away. What I need to do is I need to convince my parents to renew their vows. Because they didn't really have a wedding. They got married in Vegas. Like, they had some of my mom's family there, but they never had, like, a big wedding, which is surprising from my mother, of all people, to, like, not throw an event. But what if there's a world where I can convince them to do that? When is my wedding? You know, what a wonderful question. Um, I'm not really. Oh, my headphones. I was like, what the hell was that? My headphones turned off because they do that when there's no audio for long enough. Um, and I guess it had been long enough. It's about 30 minutes, I think, that they turn off. Um, when is my wedding? Wonderful question. Right now, I'm not really looking to date. Like, I'm not on, like, I don't have Tinder or Hinge downloaded right now. Like, I'm not really looking to date because I'm like, I need, like, to be, like, employed. When is the next big Kelly and Dave anniversary? Maybe you could suggest it. I think it's this year. I think it's this year because they're going to France. And I want it. Well, let's think. It couldn't be 25 because they were married when they had me. So I think it's 30. Or maybe it's like a few years belated from 25. When did they get married? See, I want to say they got married in 97. I think they got married in September or October. So I want to say maybe 97, but then that makes this year 29. I mean, it could just, you don't have to necessarily, but you necessarily do something in the thing. But I swear they're going, like, part of it is for a big anniversary. So maybe it was 96, but then that's like 2.5 years to have me? Lolo, me? I feel like you'd want, this running along. So, hmm. But maybe it was 96. Hmm. It's one of those two at least. So I've got to wait, if we're basically at, they've got their thing for whatever it is, it's definitely 30. Whether it's this year, next year, and so in whichever way, they're doing this for 30. So I have to I have to bide my time. 35? But right, like 5 something, 10 something, 15 is something, a little less. 20 something, 25 is then 30. And then I feel like after that, I feel like once you hit after 25, like you're just really looking at the tens at that point. The fives get a little immaterial until in rare case you get to like 65. I feel like once you get to 65, then that's like then you've got 65, 70, 75. Who gets to 75 these days? Then I feel like those the fives get more relevant. And then 85. 85, you'd have to get married. If you got married, if both of you were 20 when you got married, even if you were, let's say they were both 8, the day each turned 18, they got married. 85 is still, they're both 103. So, um, I wonder if this is on longest time people were married. What do we think? What do we think? What's our guesses? What is our guesses? I'm going to guess the longest ever is, I'm going to go 87 years, and I feel like they got married at like 15 or something, like back in the day. That's going to be my guess. There is a Wikipedia article, list of long marriages. All right, all right. Oh, okay. This there is one that is listed as the longest, but it's not recognized by it's disputed because it's not recognized by Guinness World Records. So I almost, I'll say it is 90 years and 291 days. By Karam and Katari Chand. According to this, they were married on December 11th, 1925, and neither the first one of them died on September 27th, 2016, but that's not verified, so I don't know that we can count that, unfortunately. Um, 90 years, did they marry at 10? They could have just lived a very long time. Surprise birthday party for Brevard. They were aged 110 and 103. Jesus. World's oldest married couple aged 100. Yeah. Oh. Oh. S- Hold on. Just running the math on that. Oh. And he was the older one because he died at age of 110. So he was 20 and she was 13. Oh. You know, I feel like by virtue of I feel like I kind of walked into this because I feel like this was kind of always where this was going to end. Next option, yeah, the one that's actually recognized. Um, the one that's actually recognized is David and Sarah Hiller, who were married on April 23rd, 1809, and she died on April 8th, 1898, for a grand total of 88 years, 350 days, which is impressive because that means they were pretty old for the 1800s. People didn't live to be that old back then. How old were they? Let's see if we can't. I feel like we're opening ourselves up for another. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. And you know what? Not problematic. Not problematic. She was 18. He was 21 at the time that they got married. That's young, but it was also the early 1800s. So, you know what? I'm going to say at least she was 18. And then not problematic. That's probably there's a non-zero chance that's why the first one they're like um she passed away at 106, and at the time she passed away, again at 106, he was 109. And mind you, this is 1898. They probably still did bloodletting back then. That's crazy. That's crazy. How did you live to be that? How did both of them live to be that long, that far back? That's I mean, I guess that's how they ended up on the list. That's crazy. I- who's the what right now is the oldest still living? Okay, it's I was curious who's the oldest still living. It is Louis Marine and Grace Marine, who were married on January 15th, 1942. Um, they're both still alive, as far as this Wikipedia article is aware. It does say at the top, it's like green is for both spouses are parentheses most likely still living and still married. Like it's like as far as we know, you can never be sure. But as far as anyone here is aware, they are currently, not counting that disputed and or unverified one up at the top, We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. They're currently the 19th longest married couple. Although in a month, like exactly a month, they will pass up their next one. Now we have to keep like life watch on them. I want to see how far up the list they can continue to tick. Well, 13 ads, come on. 13. It shouldn't have played 13 ads. Now it does play there are pre-roll ads, but it shouldn't. Okay. I was like, that doesn't sound right. I was like, I know it plays pre-roll, but it shouldn't be to that extent. Hi, Poison Tester, how are you? Happy St. Patrick's Day. We should keep track and celebrate when they move up the list. Yeah, but then I feel like one day we're gonna open. Yeah, but I feel like then one day I'm gonna open that Wikipedia article and go, oh, oh. Right, like aren't I just setting myself up for like sadness one day when I go to check the article and they're not green anymore? Hi Jakey, how are you? I do have to say this is yummy though. This is true. Are you drinking slime? It does kind of look like slime. Yeah, it just kind of look like it. Mint flavor? No, it is orange juice, blue curacao. You know what? I should put it in chat and pin it so people aren't like, um, Addison's green beverage is orange juice, blue curacao, and vanilla vodka. Pin. I will leave it pinned there until I finish it. Yeah, it does because it is kind of thick because again it was like the bottom of a thing of orange juice, so you know it gets that like kind of thickness down at the bottom. So yeah, but it's good. It's a little bitter. It's a smidge bitter. Um, you inspired me to make a green drink. I know I would. Oh, here we go. Now my tongue's really getting color. Um, Everyone needs to vote. Do we prefer it with just like all the green, or do we like when it's like haha green screened out? I feel like the green is better. I feel like for today it makes more sense. Maybe I'll put my hat back on. My Ireland hat. I was gonna say something and I forgot. I'll be honest. There is the blue version, but I'm concerned if I finish the full green version and the full blue version that I'm gonna just keel over. Um, I'm also probably not. I'm not gonna make it and eat it on stream because I feel like that's kind of gross. But I am later going to make. I think I have pistachio pudding. Yummy, yummy pistachio pudding. I feel like that. Like I need to have like green food. I had Irish food, although Tom would take issue with that because because he is factually correct that corned beef and cabbage is like an Irish American dish. It's not like Irish Irish. Um, so Tom would not appreciate me saying that, but they serve it at the Irish pub where the employees are Irish and they all have delightful Irish accents, and I love it. There's actually like two Irish like pub restauranty places, both very near me. I mean, I guess it's the greater Boston area, so I suppose it I guess it makes sense. There's so many. I did not go to any of the parades. I should have, but it's it's okay. It's okay. I'll live. I'll go another time. Um, I would. I don't even know that I believed that when I said that I would. Um, I don't know. One day, one day. You know, you can't live in Boston and not one day go to the St. Patrick's Day parade, but you have to bring a board. Do people know about Borgs, or is this just a thing that like I had never heard of them until like semi recently, and now they're all a thing. So like, are you all familiar with Borgs? It sounds like a like Star Trek species or race or whatever the correct terminology would be. Let me show you. It's when you take like a gallon jug of water generally, and then you know drink or pour out the water, whatever, and then you concoct like a alcoholic beverage in it, and you make them like I don't know if they're just for St. Patrick's Day or what. What? Wait. Hold on. Guess who was also. Wait, guess who was correct? Guess. Borgs are a race from starch. You're joking. I'm so smart. Um, okay, hold on, let me show you. So yeah, Borgs, it's you take like a gallon jar. Oh, it stands for, according to this, now, you know, take this with a grain of salt. It stands for Black Outrage Gallon. So you make like a gallon of of beverage, and yeah, people will do like people love to put like a pun on it. 1 gallon of water. Okay, WikiHow, how to make a Borg. Ooh, ooh, that's a. I mean, that's also a lot of water, so you are staying quite hydrated. Ooh, these sound nice. Ooh, citrus. Ooh. And you put in a liquid IV, so like you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be drunk, but you're also gonna be fine. Should we have like a do we need to have a Borg stream? That I feel like that's a Borg stream is just a recipe to have Ed's second drunk stream. I feel like that's not I feel like that's not a winning combination. How much is 8 ounces of vodka? How much is a regular bottle of vodka? It's about 25. An so eighth is about a third a bottle of vodka. That- you just have to Jesus. That's a lot, but it's also not that much, right? Like there is that balance there of like, yeah, that's a lot, but it's also not that much. I don't know who I'm trying to convince as I say this. Do you remember Sandra Lee got 2 shots of vodka? Sandra Lee, ex-partner of disgraced former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. Not to be confused with Dr. Sandra Lee, Pimple Popper. Um, yeah, they are kind of like a college kid thing, but that's okay. That's okay. Um, I'm screaming that every article is like, Borgs are so dangerous, but like, let the children have their fun. Right? Like, or I see those videos of like all the confiscated Borgs, and it's like, can y'all be chill for 5 seconds? Like, it's St. Patrick Day. I thought Sandra Lee was frozen key lime pies. Well, yes, Sandra Lee's Semi Homemade was her show, so it's her whole thing was like, you don't need to make everything from like you can buy a like pie crust from the store. It's like that thing where it was like the recipes are semi homemade. Um, Colleges used to do that vodka tamba thing. Well, I hope they don't do that anymore because that is a great way to go into toxic shock. Um, I I appreciate it. Okay, my brown drink is brown, but it's mint green, so it's spiritually green. I do have my original plan before I made this was I was gonna have hot chocolate, and I do have a mint flavored hot chocolate that I was gonna put Bailey's in. And I was like, that works, but I didn't really want hot chocolate on stream. I get quite warm while I stream as is, and so we ended up on this. I should make an Irish coffee. That's just Bailey's and coffee, right? See, I don't like coffee. Um, can you make like with and cream? I have heavy cream right now. That is gonna go bad because the thing I was gonna use it for, I don't have need for it. That reminds me, I need to do something after stream. And 10 points. It's gonna be backwards. 10 points to anyone who can tell me what that says. I'll be honest. Out of context, I don't know that even I could tell you what that says, and it's my handwriting. Um, and you're looking at it backwards. Well, that one's you've got the third word is quite easy. The third word's quite easy. I'd say if I flipped it around, that might help. Oh. No, remember that you're seeing the camera feed backwards. So that's the first letter and that's the second. Oh, two. It's two. Do you know what that says? That you should be able to get that one. It's quite relevant. R. No. It's quite relevant to this stream. What's a 3-letter? It's add. This is add. That's an A. You can believe it. That's a D, and that's also a D. I feel like it was clear that that's an A and that's a D, and then what the hell is that in the middle? It just the bubble in the middle one got kind of small. Yeah, and then I don't think there's any help I could give you. I mean, I think you can tell. Add chicken to list. No, I think you can tell that. Well, I don't know that you can tell what that is. In not flipped around, it's a lot clearer that that's a G. That, I mean, you may object. I think that's pretty clearly an S. And then that's a C. That's pretty clear a C. You've got a D there. You've got a pretty clear D there and an R. Add greens to chicken. No, it's add games to calendar. I have a game night I am scheduling. Your writing is hard, but well, that's also like that was also like specifically like I'm leaning over just writing it quickly. Normally, how I would write that. Ooh, I just wrote on my pants. Okay, I need to try again because I went off of the post-it note and wrote on my pants. Okay, I'm gonna show you what it would look like if I write that like actually like not trying to make it look nice, but like in my sort of normal handwriting. I should flip my camera around to do this. Fuck, god damn it. Every time I pick the wrong option of which is gonna which flips me which way. Okay. This is what it looks like if I'm like writing normally. The chicken scratch one was like I am fully leaning over like and just writing quickly. This is like sort of my more normal handwriting. That's better. I always say my handwriting is really it's like halfway between print and cursive. Like my handwriting used to be really bad, and then I learned cursive and it got better like to this. So before you're rude, note that this is the much better option. Just when I learned cursive, my letters started getting a lot more connected to each other as I would write them. So I think that's clear enough. So the first one was clear enough for me. Throw those in recycling. Oh. Stretch. I slept weird, so my like shoulder blade or whatever that is hurts. Ow. I like that my tongue doesn't appear to be turning green, it more appears to be turning blue. I mean, I guess orange juice isn't really. So what's this game about, by the way? I put a description of it in the Discord. In the going live message, but no one read the going live message or they would have shown up. Where's Mo? Where's Helios? Where's Lisa? Should I leave to read? Do you need me to read it to you? Is that what we're doing? If found, the game has the player advance through two why does it say interleaved stories? I don't know. That must mean something. I copied this from Wikipedia. The game has the player advance through two stories, let's just say stories, by erasing journal entries or images. One story follows a space explorer named Cassiopeia trying to prevent a black hole from destroying the Earth, while the other follows a young transgender woman named Cassio in a small Irish village in December 1993 as she navigates her relationships with her family and friends. So it's a nice game. I might be. I don't remember how I came to find this. I'm concerned I came to find this on a list of sad games. Is if found a sad game. Ooh. No, it's not necessarily sad. Just thought about it. I was like, I don't know. I would have thought I found it. I would do that sometimes. Like, what are sad games? There is an ad about to start. Anyone not subscribed, we'll send you off on just a quick little ad, but then we'll see you right back after. Thank you for supporting the stream. It's hot in here. Maple was here. Honestly, I don't think anyone ever claimed I was here first. Well, they wouldn't have. It was just you, Maple. Yay! Remember when that used to give you ad bucks or whatever I called them? Meercash? There you go. I was like, I know it had a fun name and I cannot think of what it is. God, it is hot. I gotta take this hat off. Maybe that's just the alcohol. Yeah. It is very warm. I have my fan. I know, I'd be like, well, oh, there go my headphones again. There's just no sound playing, so they keep turning themselves off. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh my god, I had something, and I've completely blanked on what I was going to say. See, I even have I'm even using, I don't know if you noticed, I'm even using the Sprite chapstick because it's green. Everything's green. I'm very committed to the bit. I know I remember what I was going to say. It's like, it's one of those holidays that you want to be like, did you do what did you do for, but it's not, because there's, like, what do you do for, like, think back, like, what do you do for, it's not exactly a activity heavy holiday. It's not even really a particularly big holiday. Here's a question. Is St. Patrick's Day the biggest non-federal holiday in the US? No. I've immediately come up with what it is. Let's see if any of you can get. I've immediately come up with a different holiday that is definitely bigger. I would place St. Patrick's Day at third or fourth. I'm running through quickly in my head. I would say about third or fourth. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day for me is number 2. Valentine's Day is 2 for me, but there's one that's bigger. And I want to see if anyone can think of it. It hasn't happened yet this year. There's a hint. It hasn't happened yet this year. Valentine's Day, I think I'm putting at a solid number 2, though. I do think it's definitely bigger. President's Day, no, that is a federal holiday. I'll give last chance if anybody can think of it. It happens in the back third of the year. It's definitely it's one that they celebrate in Canada too, Maple. It's not a uniquely American thing. I would put it on the list for Canada as well. I would say it's one of the biggest non-federal holidays for Canada as well. Not that I know Canada's federal holidays off the top of my head. My birthday, well, that's yes, we should all be celebrating. No, think. Black Friday said it's not a no. The correct it's in the back quarter of the year. It's either October, November, or December that it's celebrated. Big holiday. Big holiday. You celebrate this holiday. Or at least you have. I don't know if you currently celebrate it, but it Come on. It's a huge holiday that's in October, November, or December. I have certainly maybe more as it's you celebrate it mostly as a child, and then there's a dip, and then when you're like a young adult, it peaks back up yet, and then it either drops off again if you don't care or goes back. Halloween. Yes. Do you agree with me on my take that I think Halloween is the biggest non you know what I'm trying is the biggest non-federal holiday? I'm just trying to think of any others and I can't. I mean, well, But I don't know that it's bigger, but New Year's Eve I think is up there too. Because New Year's Day is a federal holiday, but not New Year's Eve. I think certainly the I think certainly the top five, now in what order you put them is up to you. Halloween, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, New Year's Eve, and Easter. Right? Maybe there was a time when Black Friday could be up there, but I mean there's like there aren't even good Black Friday deals anywhere anymore. Are there any others I'm not thinking of? Let's look up holidays. No, but I don't. Okay, the US Department of Commerce. Well, that's all the federal holidays. I want more holidays than that. List of holidays by country. Okay. Public holidays in the United States. Now let's see if this gives me more than just the federal holidays. Not. Oh, I love that there's a section that is drinking holidays. Okay, other traditional and informal holidays. Let's see, we've got Groundhog Day. No. Valentine's Day. St. Patrick's Day. April Fool's Day. Maybe. Would you slot that in over like Easter, maybe? Patriots Day? No. Earth Day? No. Arbor Day? May Day? Oh, Cinco de Mayo. Ooh. That maybe. People love to celebrate that. Mother's Day, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Flag Day. No one does anything for Flag Day, but Mother's Day, and obviously in a few it'll be Father's Day. Could make an argument. Could make an argument for those. Helen Keller Day is somehow on this list. I've never even. It's news to me that that's even a thing. Pioneer Day. Women's Equality Day. Okay, but not really a super. Patriot Day on September 11th. I don't know that for the purposes of this list I'm counting that, but duly noted. Constitution Day and Citizenship Day. Oktoberfest. I don't super count that. World Vegetarian Day has somehow made it onto this list. Then Halloween. Election Day. I don't super count that. Black Friday is there. Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday. Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. And then New Year's Eve. So if I was going to say a 10, what's the 10? Okay. Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. Well, we've got the 5. Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. What were the others that I said were on the 5? Halloween, New Year's Eve. What was the other one I said for the 5? Valentine's, St. Patrick's. What was the other one I'd listed? Didn't I just list the 5? What were the 5? What am I forgetting? New Year's Eve. Well, I'm just gonna make the 10 then. Is there something that's not on this list that I named? Probably. Maple, what was it? What did I say? The 5 works, and I feel like I'm going crazy. Easter. Easter's not on the list. There it is. Okay. Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Halloween, New Year's Eve. Let's see. What do we think? I'm gonna say April Fool's Day, Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Black Friday. Do you agree? Do you agree? I feel like that's Festivus. Who celebrates Festivus? Yeah. No, I'm standing by what I said. I think those are the 10 biggest non-federal holidays in the US. Right, final answer based on when in the year they happen. Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, April Fool's Day, Easter. What about the Jewish holidays? I Do you think Hanukkah over what? It certainly would only be Hanukkah. I wouldn't put any of the other. No, I guess I could see over Father's. You think Mother's Day is more relevant than you would put Mother's Day on the list, but not Father's Day? No, I could see the argument for that. I would have bumped Black Friday or I feel like April Fool's Day with social media has become. I feel like April Fool's Day kind of fell off, and then social media has kind of brought it back. So I do feel like April Fool's Day should stay on. I guess I would be between Black Friday and Father's Day for which to cut. Yeah, I feel like Mother's Day is it's Mother's Day. Like it's Mother's Day. And then Father's Day there isn't. Yeah, I guess there isn't really that same um cultural significance put on Father's Day. Is that bad to say? No, really. It just feels so okay. No, I do think Hanukkah should make it in. Over which though? I feel like it's such a toss up. It's such a toss up between the two. Um, what should I put I'm gonna put a poll on my Instagram story is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a poll on my Instagram story. And I'm going to say okay. Oops, I almost just posted a blank slide. I poll. Which of these holidays is least culturally significant? Significant. Oh, there is a character limit on. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the options, and I will put regular. Okay, so we're gonna put Father's Day. Let's put Hanukkah on that since it was our question mark on the list. And what else did I say? Well, let's put April Fool's Day and let's put Black Friday. Yeah, we're gonna put all of them as options. Okay. And I will add the text, which of these holidays is least culturally significant in the United States? I kind of feel like Black Friday is going to win this poll. I feel like ultimately Black Friday is what I would vote for because I feel like but Maybe Black Friday gets a bump from the existence of Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday. Ostensibly, obviously, Black Friday is still just one day, but it's kind of expanded now to be like a 3-day thing. It's like so maybe that does that maybe like actually ultimately give it a bump? Okay. Post. Now we sit and watch the answers roll in. I'm really curious what I think is going to win. Maple, what do you think is going to win? You think Father's Day? You think Father's Day will win that? I I wonder if it won't though, because I feel like people might like an individual might find Father's Day to be like more significant to them, even if like culturally for the all of the US it's not particularly significant. I'm just like I just can I flash forward 24 hours now because I really need to know the results of that poll. I think I'm like going out of focus a little bit. There we go. My God, it is hot. You know what is going on? It's hard to say. It is because I can kind of see an argument for any of them. The one I would say of that list, I think that is clear most. I wonder if people might put Hanukkah because it is the least relevant to them personally. Oh, that could be. It could be. People may say Hanukkah because it's like I don't celebrate. I don't do anything for like I know, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. But is there a world where oh shit. I didn't even consider that until now. That culturally to the whole of the US, sure Hanukkah might is probably like actively celebrated by the most people of that list. But to any individual single voter, if you take your average voter who'd be answering the poll, it is probably the individually least significant to them. Ooh. Okay, I want to see if anyone's answered. It's been like 2 minutes, so we surely must have like 5,000 answers. Okay, the votes are coming in. I did vote. I did vote for Black Friday. Um, we have 2 votes for Black Friday, 1 vote for April Fool. Okay. I'm like so in. Like I just want all the responses in. Um Maple, what are you gonna vote for on the poll? Yeah, no, I don't know. I was just thinking about like, is it Foods is for companies on social media and children? It is, but I don't you feel like because it's become such a thing for companies and stuff on social media, like don't you think that that has made it more relevant? No, what is that great drink? I'm Irish and even I'm drinking a clear booze. Hi, I have it pinned up at the top. It is orange juice, blue curacao, and a little bit of vanilla vodka for flavor. It's quite delicious, actually. Although it kind of just tastes like orange juice. There's a lot more orange juice than there is either of the other two ingredients, so that may have something to do with the fact that it a little bit just tastes like orange juice. I was like, I cannot pour, because these wine glasses are like deceptively large. And I was like, I cannot pour myself like a full. I was like, I'll be dead. So I was like, I can't pour myself that much alcohol, especially after there was a failed version, that is slightly off camera, that I made with lemonade instead of orange juice, and the color of lemonade is way too light, so it is just blue. It looks like a mana potion. So if it, you know, that one's, I was like, that's not green. Get that off my screen. I suppose I could have just put orange. Oh. You know what's occurring to me in this moment? I could have just added orange juice to the blue one. Mmm. 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 I should get it now I've talked about it. And I guess I can keep it over here. I was keeping it over there, but I guess so it was out of the way, but I suppose I could put it over here. Yeah, so it came out very blue. You know, that in this moment that's just occurring to me is I could have really just put orange juice into this. I didn't need to pour a full second drink. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my tongue is being like slowly dyed blue. But you know what? These things are bad. Helios, you're here. Helios. Oh, my headphones there. I know we do have the slight issue of that. I've now almost finished this one. I haven't even started the game. Kind of don't want to. Is that terrible? It's like a part of me that's like, it's gonna be a lot of talking. But it's an Annapurna game. Well, it's nothing to do with the game itself. I suppose I should play the game. I've been streaming in the category for an hour and a half already. Probably should play it. It's just, it's like a graphic novel game. What did how did I describe the game? If found. And I'm like, I'm just, is it voice act? Actually, it's it's like a visual novel game. And I don't think it's voice acted, which is a lot of talking for Addison. Excuse me, that was disgusting. No, we'll play it. I should start it. We should start it, actually. All of this to say. Also, Caesar, of course, happy St. Patrick's Day. Is Helios, you wearing green? We're letting the green beverage talk. Well, Helios. You gotta at least wear a little green. Everything I have on is green, I suppose, besides my glasses, but I don't own green glasses. Yasago, I'm gonna let that sit where it is, because you being hateful. No, I'm kidding. Hi, Yasago. How are you? I can explain. I'd love to hear your explanation for why you're not wearing green. I'm wearing green. Green hat that I took off because it was too hot and making my head itch. Green and Ireland, mind you. Pants are green. Socks, green. Other clothing that you can imagine is also green. Is your vagina green? Is your pussy green? I'm in a green hooded top, but full disclosure, I forgot it was Patty's Day too. You said so. Tisk, tisk, tisk. The zipper is green, the patches on the shoulder are green, and the elastic around the wrist is green. Oh my god, wait, why am I wearing these socks? Hold on. I'm so silly. I also, I changed for stream, but this was the sweater that I was wearing today. But it gets way too hot if I'm wearing, like, a sweater on stream, so. Hold on. I can't believe I forgot about this. I need to change my socks. Obviously, these are the socks that I should have on. So, if you'll... there's a hair on my lips and it's sticking to all of the chapstick. Are we getting feet on stream? No, no more. That's too much. You have to pay for that. You get one toe. Ugh. Much better. Much better. We're still repping. Don't you love this Nook ink shirt? Don't you all love this? It looks very pale on stream, but I promise it's a really, really vibrant, like if you think green, like it is a very, very, very vibrant green in person. It just with the ring light, it gets kind of washed out. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. I think we're gonna play the game. Excuse me. Isago, how are you? I don't know if I asked, but now I am. And if there's anyone who's like, what happened to my VIP? I reset VIPs. I reset the VIPs. So, essentially everyone's is booted. No, it's good. No, it's good. No, it's good. Sorry, I don't know why I made that face. Okay. We're gonna play the game. I'm going to run and use the little leprechaun's room. Ooh. 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 So I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna play the game. So sank to the bottom. It was like it was it wasn't the alcohol that sank to the bottom. It was just like it was a much more intense flavor down at the bottom. So it was like, whew. But I wouldn't say it was necessarily the alcohol, though. It was also partially the alcohol that sat at the bottom. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the little ladies' room. Okay, I have an update. The answers are pouring in. If you don't know, if you're just arriving, we had a whole discussion about what are the most culturally significant non-federal holidays in the United States. Right now, I'm gonna read the list again. I decided I came up with and it seemed pretty agreed that the top five are definitely I have to try and remember them again. The top five most culturally significant non-federal holidays in the U.S. are definitely Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Halloween, which I said was number one, and New Year's Eve. I said those are the five. I think it's tough to argue enough. I think those are. Is 4th of July a national holiday? Yes, yes, it is. Um, Then we came up. Then I was looking at what are the other five, and the issue was is we came up with six, and that's where the crux of the issue is. Now I got to try and remember what we came up with. We said, God, what did we say? What did we come up with? Well, okay, I put the two that were sort of safe are. And you see, now I can't even remember. I have to look at the list again. The Wikipedia page for public holidays in the United States. I have to reference off of this to remember. Then we said, all right, then here's six, and we need to cut one from it. And I want your opinion on which the one is. We have April Fool's Day, Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Black Friday, Hanukkah. Those were the additional six that we came up with that we have to cut one from. I felt my birthday was Black Friday last year. Hi, AZ guy. I was gonna say wouldn't it always be, but no, Black Friday changes. That's right. If you had to pick which of the six of those you think is least culturally significant to the US. Now I know obviously not all of you are from the US, but answer for yourselves. I put four of them into a Twitter poll. I spared Mother's Day and Cinco de Mayo. Maybe I should have put Cinco de Mayo in there, but Mother's Day is at least more significant than Father's Day, which means it at least is not the one that gets cut for the purposes of this. So was saved. I said my opinion was I ultimately I voted for Black Friday, and my reasoning on that is that there aren't really Black Friday deals anymore. There aren't good. There is no more the first 100 people in the door at Best Buy get a free blender. They don't do that anymore. But here's a trade-off. I did vote for it, but in this moment it's occurring to me that it is a little significant only because Thanksgiving's always a Thursday. A lot of people have it off from work. Either they have it off or they take it off because they're traveling or just don't want to go back to work for one day. Hell, I took it off last year. Did I go Black Friday shopping? No. So I wonder if that may give it a leg up. I'm going to tell you let me refresh the page. Actually, I want to see if we have any more votes. People are loving this. Okay. We have, how many votes is that? There's 11 votes have been cast so far on my Instagram story. If you want to weigh in, go to my Instagram story and cast your vote. Hanukkah has no votes, which I think ultimately probably is correct. The point I made is Hanukkah to any individual person, right? To the average person of these four, even including Mother's Day and Cinco de Mayo, Hanukkah is probably the least significant because the average person is not Jewish. Right. But so to any individual, I feel like that is kind of the answer, but that's not the question. The question is as a whole, and I feel like as a whole, it wouldn't. It's not my personal vote. I don't think it should, would be the winning option there, just because, you know, full country, and it's ever puts, people put up a menorah. Everybody knows, dreidel, 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 um, stuff like that. So I feel like it does, you know, make its way in that way. So Hanukkah currently has no votes. Um, then it's a tie. Father's Day and Black Friday both have 3 votes, and April Fool's Day has 5 votes. I can see the argument for April Fool's Day. My point with April Fool's Day is that it kind of has come back around and is becoming like a little bit relevant again because of social media. And then Maple was like, "Yeah, it's a holiday for children and companies," and I was like, "Yeah, but I just feel like that it's." That it's April Fool's Day because every company's gonna make some, you know, a Chick-fil-A is gonna announce we open Sundays now. Nintendo's gonna announce, you know what, this year we're making the Switch 3 as well. The companies don't make jokes anymore. They don't. Do they not? Did we move past that? Did it have its nadir when it peaked and is now back down again? It slowed down post 2020. People were not in a laughing mood. Let's start the game. We've gone to. I always love. This always happens. Maple can verify. Maple was here and is here for a bunch of these, where it'll be like I'll have been like in my little intro like chit chatting thing for like 10 minutes, and I'll be like, "Girl, I ran out of stuff to say. What the fuck am I going to talk about for the rest of, however long?" It's always the streams where any stream where I go in thinking like, "Oh my god, I have so much stuff I need to talk about in the like pre-game section," that the clock hits like 25 minutes. And keep in mind, like 10 of that is the music at the beginning. And I'm like, okay, well, I've run out of stuff to talk about. And any stream where I start and I'm like, I don't know what to say. And then I look down and I'm like, we're almost 2 hours and I haven't touched the game yet. Without fail, it always works that way. If you ever hear me in the beginning of stream remark that I have no idea what I have, I've run out of stuff to say. I don't know what else to talk about. Know that we are not getting to the game for at least another hour. I suppose I have a little more orange juice. I suppose I could put it into this to turn it green, but this is kind of good. Also, I guess I should unpin that message because that's not what I'm drinking anymore. Now it just looks like I'm drinking. I said it looks like I'm drinking blue Gatorade, or it's Maple said antifreeze, just out of a wine glass. Classy bitches. Oh, that's so good because it just tastes like lemonade, and I love lemonade. Okay, I suppose we should begin the game. Probably. It's a short game, but it's not that short. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No. Oh. All right, let's. Simple enough. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. There's no one for vocals, so that does tell me this game is not voice acted. So I got to lock in. I will not do an Irish accent. I will not do an Irish accent. I can't do an Irish accent. I think there are 3 traitors. No, I'm not going to be Maura from Love Island as seen on Traders US. Stop it, Addison. Oh, I forget it's quieter for you. I should turn it up a little more. Okay. You'll just have to let me know. What's that? Okay. Start. Oh! Annapurna Interactive. They do great. It's really loud. Hold on. That is really loud. That did not properly indicate how loud the music was going to be. Keep erasing, keep erasing. $750 million kilometers from Earth. I cannot even hear myself talk. I need to turn my headphones down. I forget I can do that sometimes. In orbit around Jupiter. I've never been so far before. Ooh, pretty. Do you have to find her somewhere? No. I need to go further. Only one more jump. And I will be the first to reach Planet X. Wow. Pretty. Pretty pickles. Whoa. The hell is that? I like the erasing. It's very satisfying. I'm still alive. I did it! I'm directly within the orbit of Planet X. I've proved the theory. It's real. But where is it? It's there. Oh. I like the erasing. I can feel its gravity. How can it be so small when its pull is so strong? These readings, something is wrong. Ooh. This is a black hole. I think if you were that close to a black hole, you'd already be dead, but maybe that's just... Maybe I'm wrong. Hello? Oh. Okay. Beautiful art. Oh. Wow. Oh, I missed. What's going on? Race. A little more? A little more. Little more. It's me! Valentina. If found. If found. This book belongs to somebody. December 3rd, 1993. Things to my name is Cassio. Things to remember. Your earliest memory is your dad lifting you up on the beach, lifting you over the waves, rain coming in. He said, best get back or your mom will worry. You finished 2 goes of college, you're crossed out. 3, crossed out. 4, never. 5, you don't need a relationship. Relationships don't work with you. You can try to be normal and have a relationship, but it's never felt right. And that's okay. It's okay to be quiet and weird. I'm going to turn the green screen back on if that's good with everybody. I think it was cute while we were talking. Oh boy. Oh boy. It was fun while we were talking, but now we're playing the game, so I think I'm gonna put it back on. This book belongs to... No, you cannot. Yes, you can. Hello? You can hear me. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, boy. You can hear me, but I'm frozen. The USB's freaked out. I thought I fixed that issue. Shit. Oh. Okay, hold on. That did not... Okay, that didn't bring the camera back. Okay, it is now not popping up at all. Good. Great. Wonderful. Okay, what the fuck? It's not even there as an option, so seems like I'm gonna have to unplug and replug that. Hold on. Okay. Is everything else working? I can type. You can hear me. My Stream Deck's back on. My mouse is working. So I just need to unplug and replug back in the camera. Just does not seem like that intense a game. I don't know why it would freak out, but that is concerning. Because the camera, I believe, is directly plugged into the PC. Okay, which of these is the camera? Plug. Oh boy. It is. Oh, and now I've moved the camera, so I'm gonna have to fix that too. Alright, it is that one. Just gonna have to, once the camera comes back online, we're just gonna have to fix it together. Okay. Oh, it is, which one did I say? This one. Let's find out if I'm right or grabbed the wrong one. Nope, that's the mouse. Okay, not that one. It is the other one. This one. Just plugged in to what? It's this one. Yes, it is that one. To your point, I got that one right. Okay. We're back. We're back. Moment of truth, people. Ta-da! Hello. Okay, so yeah, it's shifted way that way. Hello. Hi. What a fun little stop down we did. Let's hope that's just a one-off. Huh. That's worrying, though, I'll say that. Definitely concerning, because I thought we were fine now on the whole USBs getting stressed out and turning off thing. So, apparently not. But let's hope that was just a little one-off. We'll continue. This book belongs to... Do you have to erase the whole thing? Yes, sorry. Whoops. Oh, okay. You have been... Consider yourself erased. December 3rd, 1993. Do I have to erase the whole... Oh, God. Hello! Hi again. I'm not even moving my mouse right now. It's doing that on its own. Okay. Fuck. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, uh, that's gonna have to be it. I mean, I don't. What else? Shit. Fuck. Okay. That's not good. Okay. Well, we seem to have some tech issues that I thought were resolved and are apparently not resolved. I know you can still see me. I know you can still see a freeze frame of me. Okay. I have one more USB input. I have one more USB plug-in. I have one too many, and that's what the issue is. I have one too many things I need to plug into USB, so I have to get a splitter. And clearly, the splitter is stressing out my computer. And I don't know what to do. So, okay, well, well, okay. I mean, at least I can fix the camera quite quickly, actually, because the camera plug's right there, so I don't even have to get under the desk. Unplug. Plug in. Oh, now it's not coming back. Uh-oh, that's... Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good. Now it's not popping back up as an option. Uh-oh. Maybe I'm being too hasty. Okay. It's still dark, though, which means it's not on, but that could just be because I haven't turned it on. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello. Hi. I don't know why I'm talking so high. Okay. Well, what the hell we gonna do now? Okay, well, what do you even do if you? What do we even do about that? What do we even do about that? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay, well, I hope everyone had a lovely St. Patrick's Day. How many devices do you have plugged in? Let's count. Mouse, keyboard, microphone, camera. The ring light I don't believe is plugged in by USB. So not that. Stream Deck. Switch capture card. I think that's it. Right? Mouse, keyboard, microphone, camera, Stream Deck, capture card. I don't think there's anything else. Well, there is a USB splitter that I have two things plugged into. So what are these two? There's two plugs up here that I have established to the mouse and the camera. And then plugged, I don't even know what's plugged into the splitter. Let's see if I can't tell, but my cable management is not amazing. I believe one of these is the Stream Deck. And the other is what? What does that go up to? Follow that. The other is the keyboard. Okay, the keyboard and I'm 99% sure the Stream Deck are plugged into the splitter. That can't... How many USB slots do I have? Is it only 3? Is that the thing? I have 2 up top and 3 out back? Oh my god, and my headphones. Oh, that's what it is. And my headphone. My headphones are wireless, so it's a little receiver. I forgot about it because it's down below. I want to say I have 4 in the back. No, that can't be right. What's plugged in where? I think I have 7 things I need to plug in 6 slots. Because I have, because it's headphones, mouse, keyboard, microphone, camera, Switch, Stream Deck. That's 7. So I have 7. I don't know why I didn't count my thumb there. So I have 7 things I need to plug in, and I suspect I only have 6 slots. Interesting. Because that's why I have to have a splitter plugged in that 2 of the things go into. Right? Well, let me take a peek. I love that this is turned into a tech support stream. Is that a red USB port's a thing? Can you even hear me? Probably. I can hear everything. Oh. What is that? Is that a USB slot? I don't think so. That doesn't look like... That's not a USB slot. It looks like I only have 4. Maybe that's a USB port. I need something I can plug into it. Oh my god, it's so dusty down here. Ugh! Ah! Send help. Oh my god. Ugh! Oh, I need to clean down here. Okay, duly noted. Ew, 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 ew. All right, let's unplug my mouse. And, oh shit, I dropped it. I dropped the USB port down on the side. Okay, let's see if I can fit this in to this spot. I should have chat up on my phone, although I am currently using my phone as a flashlight, so that might not work well. Does that fit in there? I have no idea. I cannot tell if that is a USB port or not. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it is! Guys. Hello, guys. Whew. Hello. Whew. Hello. How's everyone doing? Oh, there's an ad break happening, sorry. Hello. Why was that so exhausting? I'm out of shape. Okay. So that is also a USB port, right? My mouse is working. So if that's a USB, I'm staying like this. It's more comfy. Also, I can't really push myself up very well. If that is a USB port, so that's plugged in. So that means I can take the 2. If I take the splitter out, then I can plug one thing from the splitter up top, / move my mouse back there. I might just move my mouse back there. But then there's a spot out back. Ugh, actually, this hurts my neck. Oh, 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 I don't like that you're all watching me do this. Oh, why was that so difficult? Oh, God, that was, like, weirdly exhausting. I do not have the, like, right there strength to hold myself up like that. Okay, so where are we at? So I'm gonna take. I'm probably gonna end for today and do this off stream. Apologies. So I take this. I unplug the splitter, and then the 2 things that are plugged into the splitter, I can plug one in up top / move my mouse back there. But then I have enough ports to plug in everything that I need, which presumably, because I used to have issues with my headphones. They're plugged into the splitter, and they'd get like really crackly. Like if I was playing Dead by Day, they get crackly, make everything like skip. And if I had OBS open, it would like the whole system would like shut down and stop working. Like what just happened, but worse because like everything froze and would not come back online. And I wasn't even streaming. I just had OBS open. It would literally be like what just happened, where it all like froze and everything had stopped. But if it stayed off, so my keyboard's still off, my mouse is still off, so there literally was nothing I could do to like reboot it. So I had to like full turn off my like smother kill my computer. Do you think of that when you hold down the button to turn it off? I mean, I don't ever do that, but I had to in this instance, and I was like, die. But I discovered another USB port out back, and I moved the headphone plug into that, and then suddenly no more headphone issues. So my thinking is, I also desperately need to clean my computer. I don't want to talk about like the. I'll just show you. No, I'll. You know what? Because I'll show you. Because then I'm gonna have that is just like a small bit off of the top of the computer. There is like a layer of dust. It's gross. Message received. I'm not down there a lot, so message received, and I will clean it. And I'm telling you all that because now you can hold me accountable. PC lint. Literally, I'm gonna just drag my finger across the top. Okay, I'll clean my oh, ew! Ew! What is on me? Get it off me. Get it ew, 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 ew. Hand sanitizer, hand sanitizer, hand sanitizer. Okay, I'll be honest, because it's hard. I knew it was a little dusty down there. I didn't realize quite how bad it was. So this has been a real wake-up call for me. If it makes you feel any better, it's probably just you. Your dead cells. So that's me. I need to collect that. If I collect enough of that, there's probably enough. From what I'm gathering, there's probably enough dust on the top of that to reassemble another Addison out of the discs. And then he can stream, and I can do other stuff. Okay. But with any luck, this means that I'll be able to get all of my USB ports into my PC. And then we're going to steal the moon. No, that's the Minions. You can be your own wedding date. Oh my god, there we go. My +1. What I need to do is I need to get every open invite to be my +1 to Maple's wedding to all Twitch people, and then anyone who actually with my fingers are like still gross. And who expresses like actual interest, then we'll all have to come on stream and play some sort of competition against each other, and whoever wins gets to go. Hold on. Is that a good idea or my best idea? Hold on. All right, let's check what the Instagram polls are. I guess we're just chatting now. The chatting doesn't break the computer, so update on the poll. Okay. It is now still 0 votes Hanukkah, 4 votes Father's Day, 4 votes Black Friday, 12 votes April Fool's Day. So April Fool's Day is kind of pulling out to a pretty. It's getting a pretty significant lead at this point. It's 60% to 20% to 20%. Not ghost as in hi Tiana. Tiana, how are you? We were playing a game and then it broke my PC, and then I went to investigate and found out that I had one more USB port than I actually thought I did, which means with any luck I'll be able to move everything off of the splitter, which the USB splitter seems to be what's causing issues. and plug it directly into the PC, and then based on past precedent of fixing when my headphones were having issues, with any luck, that should mean that my computer stops trying to off itself while I am streaming. Tiana, you should be my +1 to Maple's wedding. Is that why you look like a ghost? I look like a ghost because I'm wearing green. We actually, when we were chatting, I turned the green screen off so it could be very green. Jay, I love weddings. Then maybe it's gonna be Tiana. Here, I'll put the hat back on. That's where I met my mans. You stole Maple's not gonna let you go. Maple's not gonna invite you to the wedding then if he finds out you're stealing grooms. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm wearing a green shirt. Maple came in and he was like, "You should have thought this through," and I was like, "It was a conscious choice. I knew it was gonna happen." I'm in all green, because in the words of Laganja, Mama, if it's not green, I'm not interested. Green, not only green but shamrocks. Green. My beverage was green, but I finished the green one. So we are having the one that I fucked up while making, and it turned out blue instead of green. Tiana, I was having I wanted to make a green drink, and I have blue curacao. I must say blue Cointreau. That'd be a very different beverage. So I had orange juice, blue curacao, and vanilla vodka. I could have maybe. It needed a little more alcohol, or it's something. It mostly just tasted like orange juice, but it was very green. It was like a swamp green. This was my failed first attempt where I put in lemonade instead of orange juice, and then the lemonade was way too light, and so it just became blue. Yeah, I could have worked on the purport. It kind of just tasted like orange juice. It was also a little thick because it was like the end of a bottle of orange juice, and the end of a bottle of juice can sometimes get like it gets a little thick. So it was a little thick and a little bitter. I could have seen it. It was good. It kind of just tasted like orange juice. But I did not no pulp. I don't do pulp. I get no pulp and I get low acid. Cause we get to princesses, to princess tummy. So I get no pulp because I don't like pulp, and I get also no pulp in a mixed drink. So I mean they have a low acid one, so I'm like, okay, doesn't hurt. It's not more money. I'm like, I will get low acid orange juice. That's fine with me. This one's just blue curacao and lemonade. It also kind of just tastes like lemonade. I think I need to work on my portions. I didn't want to put too much alcohol in, but I'm getting the impression that blue curacao is not necessarily the strongest of flavor. Oh god, I'm gonna have to wash 2 wine glasses now. Fuck. I'm getting the impression that blue curacao is maybe not the strongest of flavors, so duly noted for the future. Maybe maybe a bit later tonight, I will make myself a hot cocoa and I will put Bailey's into that. But wow, what did we play the other day that we had no issues with? I I know we've done. I know I did the Addisons, which obviously isn't a game, and I know I did the top countdown songs, which obviously isn't a game. And when I'm not playing a game, it doesn't stress out the PC to everything crashing. But what game did we played? A game, the Alba. We played Alba, a wildlife adventure. And you mean to tell me that If Found was more intense on my PC than Alba was? Because Alba didn't crash anything. And If Found did almost immediately. This is like when I was trying to sort out the issue originally. My test games would be I boot up DBD because that was like super intense on my PC, and I'd be like and die immediately. And then my opposite end test game was Stardew Valley. And if it was still having issues in Stardew Valley, I was like, oh, something's gone real wrong. Um Excuse me. We really got 2 seconds into that game. Well, I'm gonna have to finish it another time. It's Irish, so I was like, it's an Irish game, and I was like, how perfect. We're gonna play the Irish game on stream, but no, 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 no. This is tart. It's like maybe blue curacao is kind of tart because it's like lemonade is tart. This is tart. Oh, also tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. I'm going to make pistachio pudding. I love pudding. Can I tell y'all? I've gotten really into well, Tiana knows. Tiana knows all about me and pudding. Because I'm dead because I realize I've been pronouncing blue curacao wrong. Yes, I would like to clarify. I am pronouncing it. Did you pronounce it blue curacao? Because you'll know it's actually the C with the little like squiggle underneath, like an acai. Tiana went to college with me, of course, which is where I developed my love for pudding because I was kind of like, I'd often be meh about their desserts because their desserts weren't very good. So I got very into um I would have pudding with my meals as my dessert. And then between sophomore and junior year, they restructured and got rid of the pudding bar, and I didn't shut up about it for the remaining 2 years. When they got rid of the pudding bar, I switched. That's when I got into cereal as dessert. But I just love pudding. And can I tell you, so, right, obviously I have this box of pudding right here. You make, you put it in, you make the full thing with milk. It's like one little bowl. It's not that much pudding. Like, so you could sit there and if you're being big, you can eat the whole thing in one go, one evening meal. There's about 4 servings per thing, 90 calories each. So a whole bowl of I make this pudding mix is 360 calories. Now, I'm not like a precious person about my calories and stuff, although I have can I tell you, since I stopped working at my past job where there was constantly like food and snacks and everything, and keep in mind, I now walk less. I leave the house less. Like I get less steps in. And it's not like I've been good about going to the gym. I've lost 10 pounds. Can you believe that? I had just gotten a bunch of new pants with like I went with my mom and she was like, these are gonna be, you can have them now, these are gonna be for Christmas. Because I was like, I need new pants. And we got a bunch of new pants. And then it was like, and then it was suddenly like, she was like, those look big on you. And I was like, they are kind of big on me. And I was like, but we were just at the store and like did everything and they were the right size. I was like, why are they now big? And I stepped on the scale and it said I was 10 pounds less than last time I stepped on the scale. And I went, skinny. But it's so 360. I mean, plus whatever, plus however many calories are in 2 cups of milk. How many calories 2 cups whole milk? Well, turns out it's about 300. Which would mean it's about a 700 calorie dessert. Still less than a lot of desserts, he says, attempting to justify himself. What if I started getting skim milk? Okay, skim milk is only about 170. So I'm just learning I need to stop buying a whole, because I don't really need like regular milk for stuff these days. When I have my cereal, I have it with like a vanilla almond milk or oat milk. I don't really care which. So the only thing I keep milk in the house forever is for making my puddings. Pudding was on sale at the store the other day, so I got pistachio, French vanilla, banana cream, 2 things of butterscotch, which I hate the cook and serve ones, so I definitely grabbed that on accident. And I noticed it the other day and got really annoyed because I fucking detest making cook and serve pudding. Which makes me think that some fool at the grocery store put these, stacked them up one after the other, and I went, good, 1, 2. Didn't even notice that it was cook and serve. And if I have about half a mind to walk back to the store and swap them out, and if they have an issue with it, they can bite me. But I'm probably not going to do that. No maple. I don't think they have maple pudding. And walk the 2 miles. It's like a half mile. And lemon. Didn't even have to ask for it for me to get it. When you see my ass in this, I charge credit. You dare drop stacks on this, so don't forget it. She trying to find me pussy pics upon Reddit. Gloss on the blunt. Speaking of, who won UK versus the world? I think I won't say it. I won't spoil you, but okay. Is it over? Today's the finale. Yes. A winner has been crowned. Congratulations. I have to... Okay. Mute for the next, like... Mute for the next, 1 minute if you don't want to hear. I'm going to put myself behind so people don't actually see it on my lips. Okay. It was the lip sync for the crown. So Godland beats Mariah's Balenciaga. Then Kate Butch beats Fontana. So it's Godland versus Kate Butch for the finale. And the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race UK versus the world is Godland.
They try to keep you down, but there's no denying you're a champion.
Very deserved. And we're very happy that it's not another UK queen. I like Kate Butch, but I said hashtag team anyone but Kate Butch. We need to do ads Drag Race winners at work soon. I'll get that on the calendar. Tiana, did you... Tiana's one of the only people who kept their... I did a if anyone didn't know, I did a reset of the VIPs, just of it over the years. I looked at the list and I was like, this is kind of like this assortment of people. I was like, half these people like I never see, blah blah blah. And I was like, instead of being like, okay, you haven't been here in a while, like remove. It was just ugly. I was like, I'm just gonna take them all away, and I'll give them back as time comes. But Tiana kept hers because she comes to stream and I know her in person, so she could keep hers. I gave my mom a VIP because that makes sense. And then Ray kept his because he lurks and has spent enough money on this stream that he doesn't need to lose his. And of course, I'm not taking away Swezzle, so Swezzle will always have his. The rest of y'all, though, you're gonna have to earn them with FaceTime with them. It's not like there are certain people that it's like they'll have theirs back pretty quick, but I was like, I'm just gonna clear them out and then decide based on... I don't need VIP when I'll be winning an Addison. Yes, Maple does want to win an Addison for best live event or best event. Excuse me, I renamed it. Do you even talk to any of the winners? Yeah, plenty of them. Now there's some of them who like aren't really on Twitch anymore, but I would say there's only really like 1 or 2 of the winners that I'm like not really in contact with. Let's see if we can't find it. Ads, Drag Race lip syncs. Here we go. Okay, Cloud won. I see Cloud around. Cloud was gone for a bit. I see Cloud around. So Cloud, Then me, of course. I talk to myself because I'm crazy. Sorry. Jack Connors, is on and off of Twitch these days, but I talk to him like separately from that. So yeah, I'm still in contact with him. Mel, I don't see Mel a ton. I really don't. Love Mel. Don't see him a ton. Lana, the fabulous Lana Del Elsa. I talked to Lana. Lana's a very busy piggy. That sounds bad if you don't know that Lana is Miss Piggy. Sounds like I've been a fucking gun. But no, of course I still talk to Lana. Lana comes around. Lana comes to Dancing with the Stars sometimes. Izzy actually, because Izzy Reddy is a drag queen in Boston. Now, Izzy actually disappeared off the face of the earth from Twitch, but he is still, he does sometimes see my stories on Instagram. So he's still around. I haven't talked to him in about forever. When I go to do all winners, I'll be like, hey, I'm doing all winners, you won, so you'll be on it. I'll shoot him a message then, but no, him I haven't talked to. Not for any bad reason. He disappeared off Twitch, and so no one sort of heard from him from a while. So there's no bad blood there. Kelly, yes, I speak to my mother. Maple, you're here, aren't you? Louis Quacks. I talked to Louis. Of course I do. I didn't for a bit, but I do now. Sorry, that's too much information. Moog. I talked to Moog, of course. Bryson. I talked to Bryson.
King of Hearts, you gon' keep on playing till you go too far. No one in the world could ever be enough.
Hi, ready for tango? Are you ready for me? How's it going? How are you? Happy St. Patrick's Day. Apologies if it came in thinking we were playing If Found. I probably should change the category, but I'm not gonna, because I'm lazy. We're supposed to be, and then it was like crashing my PC, so we are not. All green except the drink is blue. Moga's not the winner, but okay. Hi. Yes. Well, okay. The first drink. Yes. The first drink was green. I did have a green drink earlier. This was my first attempt at making the green drink. It's blue curacao and lemonade, and the lemonade was too light, so it just came out blue. And so then I made a second one where instead of, this has been a repeated comment, more people were curious about what the green drink was because it kind of looked like I was drinking like Nickelodeon slime. And so that one I made was orange juice, blue curacao, and vanilla vodka. And so that one was green, but I still had this one. It, of course, has occurred to me that I could have just put the orange juice into this and it would have turned green, but I had two drinks. So I finished the first one. I'm going to make another. I already had this one to go, so we're drinking this. So yes, pretend this is green. Aloha from Hawaii. Gonna get a yes, queen. Yes. Category is dance or die. It's been more that I've walked through the drinks a few times more when it was green because people were like, "What the fuck is that?" This just kind of looks like I'm drinking Gatorade out of a wine glass or antifreeze. Maple said antifreeze. Maple think. Can you imagine? I really should change the category because we're not going to be able to go back to the game because it attempted to kill my PC. Bryson, yeah, I talked to Bryson. Marginal Youth. I don't talk to Marginal as often as I would like to, but he's like vanished off the face of Twitch. So I keep up with him on Instagram sometimes. Lucky Aldrin, I don't get to talk to Lucky as often as I'd like to, but I do. I shoot him a message sometimes. We chit chat. I'll see him around in places. So yeah, I still talk to him. Just not as often. Who won here? Business Lamp. I don't. He is like disappeared. Windex drink from Sixth Sense that you haven't seen. I haven't seen The Sixth Sense. Leo wanted me to watch The Sixth Sense as his best past movie entry, and then I did tell him, I was like, you know I know the plot twist, right? And he was like, well, then I'm picking something else. Fine. I will change the stream category to just chatting because at this point that is clearly what we're doing. I swear we were gonna play the game. It just, some of y'all saw it made my computer was trying. Everything stopped and I froze. Business Stamp. If I messaged, I still have him on like Instagram and stuff. If I messaged him, he'd respond. We'd chit chat. Don't do it. Adam, unfortunately, is someone that I am still contacting. Unfortunately, yes, don't do it. Adam is still around. And then of course Cindy won. Yeah, I talked to Cindy. He's not around on Twitch so much anymore, but we still talk on Instagram all the time. It was Pine Sol, I think, but still. You love Adam? Gross. Do it, Adam. Yuck. Nasty. You should bring Adam as your date. You know, I've never met Adam. Here's the fun. I have met many Twitch people in person, and I've never met Adam. Is Adam of all the people from Twitch that I would want to meet, is he like really the only one left that I haven't? No, of course. The Europeans, Tom, Helios, Lisa, I've not met any of them. Sorry. I've met Maple. I've met Leo. We met. We met. Yeah. You were at TwitchCon? You ate my pretzel. Did I? Wait, what did I do? Did you not want it, or did I just like help myself to it? Me eating a soft pretzel? Doesn't sound like me. I offered. Okay, good. Doesn't sound like me at all, eating a soft pretzel. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think, are there Twitch people that I've never met that I would still like to, well, Biggest Bennis and Ed Knights. I've never met them. That'd be nice. See, not even all the Europeans, because I've met Cindy. Who else have I never? I've never met Bryson. There you go, this one. I have met Marginal. He was at TwitchCon the first year I went, although he claimed he was being sneaky about it. Well, I would have liked to meet Swazzle, of course. Who else? Is there anyone else? Gaga Tours. He's Australian, so it's complicated. Cindy would not meet me when he was near me. Cindy and I went to dinner and then to drag trivia, where we lost because there are subjective questions, 2 of them, and we had 19 points. The winners, and then there was someone with 20, so we should have been second place, but then someone had gotten one of the subjectives and passed us. Which is bullshit. We got robbed. Are there people I'm not thinking of? I just like at this point, it's who has never been to TwitchCon. Logan Olio went last year, so I met him then. He would have been on the list. Wow, I really wish I hadn't cleared out all the VIPs because I could go through that and that would help. Damn. Love to meet Scooty Johnson. What the fuck was that? Now I'm moving now to the Discord to scroll through and try and see if there are people that I'm not thinking of. Of course I've met Maddie. Maddie's been to my house. Not my house anymore, but I'd like to meet Petty Frog. Petty the Frog. I've met Tanner now, so cross that one off the list. Else. I've met like all these people. I've met Clyde, of course. I gave him that post-it note that was on my wall for like 3 years that just said Clyde. I haven't met Lana Del Elso. We were oh, it's devastating. Lana and I was supposed to meet when I was in Atlanta. Just I got a tea. And then Lana had like not a flat tire. A flat tire invokes one image. This was like I have never seen a shredded tire. It truly, the tire did not exist anymore. It was shocking. You know, I never met Sealburn. I would love to meet Sealburn. I've never met him. There you go. He doesn't stream anymore. I've never met Twitch. I mean, he's like a blown out tire. It was, again, I think a blown out tire like still doesn't quite invoke the correct image. It literally looked like you had just put it through one. You know those videos of when they have the like crushing machine, they put stuff in, it's get the tin, it grabs it and it shreds it. It looks like you put a tire through that. I mean, Twitchy doesn't exist here anymore, but I'd love to meet him. I have met Quadi. I've never met Ray, but again, that's complicated. He's way out there. Let's see. Turk. I've never met Turk. Can you believe that? Well, he's never been to TwitchCon. I've never met Turk. I would love to meet Turk. There's probably other people that I can't think of. If you weren't listed, it means that I hate you and I hope you die. No, I'm kidding. I have to fix the camera just a smidge. There you go. You love Turk. Yes, I do. For legal reasons, what I said previous to that was a joke. I if I didn't say you, we just haven't had the lovely chance to get to know each other particularly well, or I forgot in this moment. Okay, so that was more people than I thought it was going to be, but I also have to understand that, like, at a certain point, like, I'm not going to see these people at Twitch. Like, if you haven't been to TwitchCon in all the past years, I struggle to see what's going to make, like, someone off that list be like, this is the year. I'm also not going to TwitchCon this year. I mean, never say never, but as of now, I'm not going in the large issue with the one. I don't have a job. So I don't have the money that comes with a job, so that's, like, part of it. But, past that, it's my family's going to Disney for a week in November, and if I go to TwitchCon and then this, they'd be like, it's like I'd be like gone for TwitchCon for, you know, it's like a bunch of it's over a weekend, but obviously, you know, there's days on either side, and then back, and then there's like one day, and then 1 week, and then Disney. Like, they're very close together in a way that I'm like, I can't really pull this off. And also, we're going, and so I'll need to use a full. Actually, I think we're going over Veterans Day, so I'll need to use 4 days. I'm like, I don't want to burn through all my PTO on this and that. And TwitchCon's very fun, but I just don't think it's expensive. My God. Imagine if I didn't go, how much more money I could have had for when I became unemployed 2 months later. 3 months. It was October, or was it September? Wait, you're not going this year? Tiana, if you say that you're going this year, I just, as of I mean, plans can change. Harry Buff Boy Games wasn't going last year. He wasn't going, he wasn't going, he wasn't going, and then there he was standing, and I was like, the fuck? And he was like, I swear I wasn't coming, and then last minute I decided to. So never say never, but it was like I keep trying and I don't have any plans for PTO, so like mayhaps. Maybe. I just, as of now, this year I am not planning on going. And it's fun, and I would love to be, but it's a lot of money. Even with, I have never paid for my flight to TwitchCon. I have always had enough like airline miles for it, except maybe the first year, but I don't remember. Is it? It just all. I mean, doesn't have to be as much if you don't go out, but the gay people go out every night. So every night I was somewhere. So I probably spent hundreds of dollars just in drinks alone. You have to think, I mean, I fly there and I use my miles. So keep in mind that I didn't even have to pay, like, with my miles, I didn't even have that. I think I spent like $2,000 to go. I think it was about $2,000 in total in 2025. 1,000 of that was the hotel. Hotels, I mean, I was there, what? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I flew home Monday. So 1,000 of that was just the hotel. I paid nothing for, I paid, like $12 for my flight because I paid with miles. So if I imagine if I had a flight charge on top of that, and it's like long ass flight, so it's not cheap. Then your con ticket, if you get a ticket for every day, it was like you got a worse rate on the hotel than I did. That I did, as I learned, and I was not pleased about that. No, I was not. But yeah, I did. I think I booked it so far out. Same thing with the flight. My flight I originally paid in like at hand over fist in miles, and then I schmozzed into a way where I got like most of it back. So I just get anxious, and so I book stuff super far out, and then it's like, so then I ended up paying a bunch. So slightly my fault. Mine was 1,000 with my flight, Canadian. Well, Canadian money, that's not real. Let's find out what that is in actual dollars. Your flight and hotel cost less than just my hotel? And then they wanted to charge $25 a day to use the Wi-Fi, which I found out at checkout. Ooh, that was not appreciated. Won't be staying there again. I was pissed. Okay, well, I got a terrible rate on the hotel, so that may have added to things. Your con ticket's like $250, I think, for every day. You got to get your food. Your Wi-Fi wasn't free. Mine was. The did you, did they not charge you the? Yes, they did, because we talked about it. The amenities surcharge, Maple, that was $25 a night, so I had to pay an extra $100. We've talked about this. They charged it. Nope, they didn't. Excuse me, bitch? It didn't end up going through? Mine did! I can't even emotion. Huh? Moving on. then you got, your boobers and stuff. San Diego's very walkable, but like the bars and stuff are out of the way, and sometimes you just don't want to walk all that way, so you call the boobers. So, your boobers, they're actually quite weirdly quite. San Diego's odd because it doesn't matter where you're going, everything is like within a 15-minute drive of each other. Like you go to the club, 15 minutes. You go to the airport, 15 minutes. For some reason, there is no like 2 points that you could be driving between on the trip that is like more than 15 minutes. It was very odd, but they're all, they're inexpensive. They're not much as you're getting them, and then suddenly it's like, oh, and I took, oh, it's $10. Oh my god, that's great. $10, and then suddenly, yeah, Lyft is way cheaper than Uber. So I'm saying Uber, but Lyft in San Diego is way cheaper. I don't know why. Actually, that's not quite true. I have a suspicion, but I'm not gonna. Moving on. And you're like, oh, this is nothing. And then suddenly you've taken 10 rides, and each one was $10, and you're like, suddenly you've taken 10 $10 rides, and now suddenly there's another $100. You're out of, we as gay people go to the club every night. We were out somewhere every single night. Thursday, yeah. Maybe not Sunday night. Maybe Sunday night people stayed in, but like people are out every night. So there's you have two beverages every, certainly there were more some nights, but say you have two beverages every night. Well, a beverage is like $10. There's another and it was more than that, but and if you're doing a shot, and I'm the demon of shots. If there's one thing I will do, I'd say we're doing a shot. We're doing a shot. So you got all your beverage charges. You get your merch. Do I want to tell you all how much this cost? I purchased this. Isn't that pretty? Have I shown this? We're talking about TwitchCon and how much it costs. Isn't that nice? But do you know how much this costs? Do you know how much money this is? It's one of the most expensive. This is $80. Well, it's $70, so okay, kind of undercut my bit there, but $70. Maybe it was $75. I don't remember. So, the child who made for $5, the child who made it was paid $1. Well, they did a lovely job. It's a fantastic garment. I wasn't going to get that because it was too expensive, but there was something else I was going to get that I didn't. And so then I justified it to myself by saying, excuse me, because I hadn't spent the money on the other thing, I could have that. Yeah, and like, just, by walking around Artist's Alley, you accumulate stuff, and that all adds up, and you get I got my candles. I actually burnt one, but I'm gonna hold on to the candle at least for now. I got the Pikachu candle, which was nice. It was lemon. I burnt it I burnt it over Pikachu Pokemon Day. I bought Junko Enoshima as a candle. I haven't burnt her yet. I don't know that I'm going to, because I kind of like just having the candle. If you walked with me, I would have bought something. Would you have gotten me another candle? Last thing in this world that I need. I don't remember what else I get. I think I got more stuff. I just can't remember right now. Obviously I have my I think I deserve a little treat bag, but that was from 2 years ago. So you end up with a lot of stuff in Artist Out. I have my VIP badge mug. That I really like that mug. Now if you do go to the drag queen makeover panel, you can, at least in the last 2 years that I've gone to it, there is a swag bag of Trixie Cosmetics that, to my understanding, is about a $200 value. Now, obviously, that does nothing for me, But if that's something that may be of interest to you, although I did keep the lip balm. Jesus. I did keep the lip balm, so I do have that, and the rest went to, well, what at the time I thought was a good home, but we don't need to litigate this on stream again. But if you give $400 in free makeup to someone, you think that might, let's not litigate that right now. But you know what I'm referring to. It's good makeup too. So yeah, you end up buying stuff. It's while you're there, it's you're not making giant purchases. I mean, it's at like $70 or whatever. But it just all adds up. And it's not like I was sitting, on my computer. I'm like a slightly obsessive person, so I check my financials constantly. Does that help my spending? Not particularly, but doesn't make it worse. Just makes it more obsessive. And so you're not really doing that. My head is so itchy. So it's like I didn't really. I was not particularly clear on how much I had spent until I got home. It was like, holy shit. So it ended up being quite an expensive trip. So I feel like that's not an every year thing for me at this point. Just purely financially. I got loans I gotta pay. So it's probably for the best that I take a year off at least. But it's fun. And if you are considering going, I know I just talked a lot about why you shouldn't, but I don't think you shouldn't. I think you should. I think you just need to know how much generally it's probably going to cost. Okay, well, we had those all technical issues, and I was like, well, I guess that's the end of stream. And then I talked for another hour. The idea behind this was supposed to be to play a cute little Irish game, and then that tried to kill my computer, and so this really just turned into a talking stream. And I can't pretend like we didn't try to start the game 2 hours into stream. So I can acknowledge that I also talked for almost 2 hours at the start of stream, and that also didn't help. We can't wait for the Addison's wedding. Who wants to be? Yeah. Maple's wedding's next top. Oh my god, my tongue is so blue now. Thinking. Okay, well, I'm gonna finish, and then I'm going to fix my computer, move around the plugs and stuff, and with any luck, that should mean that the tech issues are permanently done. Right? Yeah. Right? I mean, it's not like they can get worse, because that was pretty bad in a relatively quite simple game to full out crash everything. That was that was rough. That was rough. So Elio's not even going to dignify that with a response. So what I'm gonna do is end stream. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, for those of you who were playing along with Addison Makes His Oscars guesses on stream, I believe I got 19 out of 24 categories correct. So, big win for Addison. Thank you. I like to think if I had done predictions this year, I still would have won, although I would have been under threat from the people who put Michael B. Jordan for Best Lead Actor when I did not. So I may have lost based on that, but I'm not sure because I didn't do predictions, so I don't know what you all put or would have put. Because I believe someone who was predisposed to put Michael B. Jordan for lead actor would probably have been someone who had a higher light. Would also very possibly have put Sinners for Best Picture, which it didn't get, and I didn't put. So, you know. You never know. Okay. That's gotta be it, though. I simply must conclude stream so I can fix all this and eat something before the alcohol hits too much and I start messaging people in the Discord while drunk, which is not something that has ever happened before. I don't know what you're talking about. Luckily, and I think it was an issue with how I believe it probably is a criticism I have for myself for making the beverage, they're not particularly strong. But I did have 2 of them. Okay. I'm gonna send you to where am I gonna send you? Will you join me for a lovely raid? You know what? We have to check and make sure this person is wearing green. I had picked who we were gonna raid, and they're not wearing any green, so we're going somewhere else. Let's go. Let's check and see if this person is wearing green. Is that green? That is black. Jesus. Did no one wear green? The hell? Did nobody get the message? If they have green where you can't see, well, they should publicly unite themselves with Ireland, as I have. I realized I didn't wear green to my haircut appointment. You deserved a pinch. Oh, yes. Oh, he didn't let me down at all. Oh, how fabulous. Okay, we are going to go see not only someone who is wearing green. Yep, it counts. He's wearing green. But he just made a delicious beverage. Nope, not a beverage. Nope. I'm losing my mind. He just made a fabulous meal that is Irish and Asian infused. We're going to see the fabulous Chef John Lung. I think he's currently eating whatever he made, but it looks delicious. Go show him some love. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and copy that message. If you are a subscriber, copy this one. He gonna make you hungry. He's a fantastic friend, fabulous chef. This looks so good. Irish Asian infusion. Ooh. He also has the St. Patrick's Day tag on, so you know, it's a sign from the universe that it was meant to be. Go have a lovely time. Show him some love. I will see you all on Sunday. I had to think about that. I'm busy Saturday. So Sunday, we are starting Blueprints, a game I've been told I will love. So you don't want to miss that at 3? I don't know, whatever time I put in the Discord. Figure it out. Bye! Oh, I don't hear that. And you can hear me. My headphones were off.
Mother's breaking, heart is taken over.
Would you order it?